Hello. Good morning. You're here because you've had our invitation in the post and you want to make a mask. So here I am. I've only got one take because this is the day before the show opens and we've got to rush there now. So here we have, you've got 3 pieces. Okay, if Alex brings the thing down here now, thank you. 3 pieces. Each of those pieces you have to cut out twice, back to back. So I've folded my fabric in half, pinned my fabric on, pinned my pattern on, and cut them out 2 pieces at a time, back to back. Now, here's what we're making. You've got your front face, 2 pieces, which is this, and the top of that is your top of your nose. Okay. Then you've got an inside, which is made up of these other 2 pieces. You've got the front mouth with the top part, which matches to the nose up there. And that stops there, and you've got your side cheeks, one there and one there. Okay. Now it's very easy to get those muddled up and pin them round the wrong way. Okay, make sure you understand that top curve is much more curvy there. Okay, so cut them out and then pin. Now I should have prepared some earlier to show you, but I'll have to just stitch them now. First of all, take those 2, start up at the top of the nose, and stitch them together. I need to take these clumpy shoes off to do this properly, that's better. Okay, I'm not leaving very much seam allowance. Then take the inside mouth pieces, stitch them together. Okay. Then take your little cheeky pieces, open them apart, turns upside down, and stitch that long straight edge without stretching it too much. Stitch that back there. That was a bit wonky. Stitch that one back there. As you can see, I've made a lot of these over the last few lockdown weeks. So I've now got it down to a T, but Ella's been doing a lot of the pinning, and my friend Katie, who was locked down here with us, she did a lot of the pinning too. So now you have all 4 things. Okay, so I like to then work out what's the top of the nose. That's the top and that's the bottom. That can be a bit complicated too. So take a good look at that. That's the top. The cheek is more square, okay? And the top goes up a bit for rounded to go under here. So now I've got to do the pinning. Right, I've got to try and do explaining here, which can't explain this bit. Okay, get the in. You've got to open up this seam, okay? So you get the 2 nice top of the noses, open them up and put them together, and carefully open up that seam and open up that seam. Okay, this is tricky All right, this bit's tricky. And you have to tease this bit out. It's important you do this right. But yes, it's a bit tricky, this bit. The first time especially. And then you're aiming to go through that seam and pin it in there. Okay, that I think is the hardest part. Once you've done that one, this one's a bit easier at the bottom. So you're pinning these two together, front and back. I hope I haven't already lost you. You can do this with a machine, but you can do it by hand as well. So there we have this. That's just that bit. I'm turning it around because I want the nose facing me, but I'll turn it back for you. My cheek is underneath. So line those up, make sure you know which side they're going before you do the next bit. Now you need a pen because you're going to want to write this bit down, the next bit down. This is what you're going to aim for. But first of all, you've got to put the elastic in. So that's the left, that's the right. This is how I do it, otherwise I get confused. Now, if you're a lady and you want to wear this with loops that go around the back of your ear, okay, then you need 5 inches, okay? And you need to pin your 5-inch loop inside. Ooh. Like that, okay, inside the cheek. So I'll go ahead with that now. If you're a man, if you're making one for a man, or you are a man, and you want, then you need 7 inches, okay? That's what we have tried and tested again and again with all the ones that we've been making, and this particular pattern. So it's a snug fit. It's a snug fit. If you are somebody who'd prefer to have loops that go around the back, have I got as, yes, like this.
Ties.
To tie, sorry, not loops, this is loops. If you'd prefer ties, you can make the ties, you can use ribbon, you can make pretty bias binding, which is a whole other thing, you can Google that. This is 9 inches for ties. So that tie, you would just put that in there instead, and you'd put that in there instead. Okay, so I think that's quite, I think I've explained that properly. Right, now I need the other 5. Where's it gone? On the floor. Well done. Very good. I'm going to put the other one in this side. Tuck. I like to angle them slightly, but sometimes that goes off a bit when you're stitching. I like to sort of try and angle it in a bit, in a bit. Now, back to here. So, I'm turning this round so that you can do it. Okay, so that's the top because it's got more of a nose indent. Okay, this one goes onto there. Okay, I like to line it up from this edge, pin it into the middle. Oops, pin it into the middle, and then make sure that from that point there, this nose piece runs smoothly along that top line. This here. Again, make sure that runs smoothly along the top. Oh, hang on, that's the other one. Along the top line up there. Sorry, let me finish this one off first. 3 pins I put on both sides. That one. Okay. It's hard to do this upside down. And then that one. So line up your sides where the ear loops are. Doesn't matter where it ends, just get that lined up there and pin it in the middle somewhere, out of the way. And then up here, make sure from that point this other one comes nicely along that edge, and then pin that there. Okay, and then here, same at the top. You want to be careful that whilst you're doing and handling this, that you're not pulling this nose bit. This bit here can stretch out, and that will affect the shape later. So you end up with that, okay? And then you get back on the machine, or you use a sewing a needle and thread. And I like to start somewhere near the, it doesn't matter where you start. There we go. And I go, off we go. Stitching round. You can stitch over the top of pins if you've pinned them as I have. Make sure that as you go, particularly along the top nose line, ooh, it nearly didn't like it. I have broken 1 or 2 needles, but I have been on the machine a lot. This is my Auntie Molly's, great Auntie Molly's sewing machine. She was a seamstress. Okay, when I get round here, go backwards and forwards a bit over the top of that elastic, just to give it a bit of extra strength. Down we go. Down we go. Back and forth. It's quite a small thread. Then we're coming to the nosy bit, so got to be careful here. Only got 1 take. I hope this one turns out all right. I've got a pile of rejection down there. There we go. Oh, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Round here, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And we're back at the beginning. Okay. I've sewn this with black so that you can see it a bit better on the video. Now, snip round. Sometimes I tidy that bit up. Tidy up that a bit. Snip these. Snip. Snip, snip. Oh, that's it. Okay. Now, time to, oh, missed that one. This one. This one. Whilst you're here, I've got to tell you, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and do all those things online which we've never encouraged you to do before. Here we are. I'm turning it out. This is the moment of glory. Always give it a tug just to check it's gone all right there. Turning this out. Turning that bit out. That's all right. I did forget a bit. I did it before as well. I forgot to sew these edges in. Another reject. Before you pin the whole thing together, don't forget, which I did on another previous video, which I sent to India for the tailors there, this inside mouthpiece also needs stitching. Can't believe I've done it again. So here's one from before. At the very beginning, when I stitched around the nose, you're supposed to go back and then stitch the edges of that mouthpiece in as well. Typical that I forgot that. Typical. Anyway. Shouldn't do things in a hurry. So that's pretty much, that's another one that I'll be able to wear because no one will be able to see that I haven't stitched the inside. So I'll see you soon, I think. I hope. Oh, what about the nose pin? Can we have a sample of a nose pin? Here's one. Okay, so the nose pin part, okay, which is an optional but very, very much recommended extra. We've simply taken a piece of garden wire. Alex can zoom in on that. And we've turned the edges in we've got cut 3.75. Turn the edges in, and then with a glue gun, we've sort of finished off that bit there. But, you know, you don't need to do that. That's just to make it a bit more safe. So then you take that, you put that inside along the top edge. Okay. And you get that. And you sort of just stitch it in. Along that top nose edge, and I just leave a gap on either side so that you can actually take it out, because if you want to, with our gluey ones, you can't actually iron over the top of that because it melts into the fabric, and that's not so good. So, but I mean, most people just do this as it dries out once or twice when you hand wash them when you've finished using them. Okay, snip those edges. You'll find that this is a really nice mask that fits snugly. You can tame this so that it goes underneath your glasses. Oh, it is mine now, isn't it? You can tame this down so that it goes under your glasses, and you don't have to, your glasses don't all steam up. There's another trick that you can get a piece of kitchen roll and fold it into a strip and put it inside along the top. And that helps you to absorb some of the moisture so your glasses don't steam up as much. This also, over here, you can cut a shape of household cloths that you've got. This is quite a good one, little corduroy pin. That then goes inside as an extra filter. Some people use coffee filters. You can use lots of different things. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you at the show. Book in, okay? And if you don't get your time slot, don't dismay, because there might be some extra ones coming up as we go on. Okay? Take care. Bye.